and I'm thrilled to have with us on our final segment here today David Crouch, who is the founder and owner of 1024. David, welcome.
Great to be here, Tim.
David, we've had a chance to get to know each other a little bit over the last few years, but I think for our viewers, the story I think is an important one and emblematic of the real growth and momentum that's taking place in the city, and kind of a national trend that's happening too in terms of companies revisiting and looking at urban centers as a place to house their headquarters and grow. Mm-hmm. Part of that is recruiting millennials. Yep. But maybe you could tell our viewers a little bit about what your company that you founded
sure.
In your home 2008
yep.
and kind of what's happened and where you are today.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I started 1024 in 2008, like you said, April 2008, right at the start of
the Great Recession. Yeah.
So it wasn't the greatest time to start, but
wasn't a great time to be in government either.
No, but was just myself working out of the house. We're a software development company. I'm not a software developer, but so at the time I was finding projects, managing them, and outsourcing, and did that up until 2010. Brought on a couple people. We moved to Northborough. And we were in Northborough until 2 years ago, and started to outgrow that space we were in, but also having a really hard time finding young development talent to come to Northborough. So we knew we needed more space, and we needed to be in a place that made it easier for us to recruit some of that younger talent. So really for us there was two options. One was go to Boston, or the other was go to Worcester. And so we took a really strong look at both. I live in Shrewsbury. I really had no desire to go into Boston, but if that's what it was going to take, that's what we would do.
Right, right.
We hooked up with the WBDC and the
Worcester Business Development Corporation.
Right, and they were developing the T&G building. I really liked what they were doing there. Also, looked at the strength of the schools in Worcester and the right. 25,000 or so undergrads that are there.
Yeah. And you had the graduates for 38,000 depending on enrollments in a particular year.
So we decided to make the investment and move to Worcester. And it's been it was 2 years this month that we moved into the space.
And you're a real pioneer. The WBDC, a great organization, sister organization with the Chamber, mm-hmm. focuses on repurposing older buildings. They're nationally recognized in brownfields development, and they made a big commitment on redeveloping the old Telegram building at 20 Franklin Street. You were one of the first tenants. Yeah.
I think other than the Quinsig that moved in about a couple weeks before we did, but yeah, we had made that commitment well before the building was finished, and mm-hmm. I know it was a tough consigliere project.
Right, right.
And Jay, who was with you earlier, is also in that building now too, so it was a bit of a tie between.
Yeah.
But it's worked out really well. Again, our goal was we needed more space, and we achieved that, obviously. I wanted to make sure that I could retain the people that I had, and in the 2 years we've been there, going and driving to Northborough is a bit different than going and now working in a city like Worcester, and we've retained everybody. Nobody's left. And we've been able to hire 5 new people, three which live in Worcester. All 4 of them graduated from Worcester area colleges. So that's worked out well for us as well.
And I and I want to get into some of the specifics, of some of the projects, and mm-hmm. Maybe somebody out there needs your services. Yep. But I remember when you kind of first started, and we had a chance to meet and kind of talking about the impact that your employees, having that presence downtown, but that then they go out for lunch every day, mm-hmm. supporting the local businesses, retail, after work, those types of things, and that's one of the things that is happening downtown, and density of people both working and then living.
Yeah, that's really important. What we're doing within our own building and the work we're doing is important, and again, retaining those employees, but what's happening outside of our building is just as important. So seeing the new construction, seeing the new restaurants opening, the things for them to be able to do was critical, and I think we came in right at the leading edge of that, and you see with Mercantile Center, and the Hanover was already there, but they've added to that building. So there's a lot happening, and that's all helpful to us as we try to keep people.
So 1024, you also slat wall. Kind of just what do you do, and how can people work with you?
Yeah, so we're a bootstrap company, right? So we haven't taken outside capital. Over the last 6 years, we generate revenue through services we provide. We build websites, essentially, and custom applications as well. And we have a particular expertise in e-commerce. So 6 years ago, we decided to start building an
And
e-commerce.
that's more and more we just saw with, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all this stuff.
Right,
Internet
yeah.
commerce is growing rapidly.
It really is. So we started to build an e-commerce platform, a product called Slatwall. And that is the majority of our work is done within that platform. It's a product that people will use to manage orders online. So the orders, the products, the accounts, the fulfillment, inventory, those types of things. It's an open source application, which means it's free and available. We have over 300 developers around the world that use Slatwall to build projects. And then the way we make money is we implement those projects for clients, and we also offer a hosted, a SaaS version, a professional hosted version of that Slatwall platform as
So
well.
any business out there that's, retail, but also taking orders over line or just online businesses, you're the one to talk to.
Yeah, we tend to do really well when there's complex e-commerce. So selling multiple types of products like subscriptions, events, and physical goods as well. So we B2B, not just B2C. So people who are doing wholesale and retail, we do well with.